Hello and welcome to the News Minute. On Monday, the Supreme Court of India quashed the remission orders issued by the Gujarat government, prematurely releasing the rapist of Bilkis Bano. This is seen as a huge victory for the fight for justice for Bilkis Bano. To talk about this, I have with me the General Secretary of NFIW, which was also one of the petitioners in this case. Ma'am, thank you so much for talking to us. Your initial thoughts on this judgment that was delivered by the Supreme Court, ma'am.
First of all, we welcome this judgment by the Honorable Supreme Court at this point of time. And it gives us a lot of hope and relief that because of so many reasons, the women of this country are living in a war-like situation. At such a time, such a verdict from the highest court of our country is really which gives us more hope and which gives us more belief in the judicial system, judiciary, and the process of justice.
And also, ma'am, what has shocked a lot of people is the order of the Supreme Court, which has completely exposed the manner in which the Gujarat government, gave remission for the rapist of Bilkis Bano.
It is really shocking that a state government dared to play fraud with the highest court of this country. And accountability should be fixed, actually, if you ask me. You see the way how what fraud they have played. It was out of 11 convicts, only one convict has gone to the Supreme Court and furnished all the false documents to argue his case. And based on that, the Supreme Court has said that yes, Gujarat government has the right to give remission or not. So they used it, that one person approaching Supreme Court and the verdict on that one case, the government of Gujarat, the BJP government of Gujarat used it to release all the other 10 convicts in this gang rape and gruesome murder. That shows the power of arrogance, power of the double engine sarkar ki jo arrogance dikhati hai. This shows the arrogance of power in state as well as at center. Because they are ruling in the country, BJP and RSS Sangha Sangatans are ruling the country, they think that they can do anything and everything. They can violate, they can put in, they spin the law of the land and the rules and regulations of this country. That is what they, how dare a state government do mischief with the Supreme Court. And Supreme Court, it would have been much better if Supreme Court fix accountability on that.
Well, obviously, that's the next question. If the Gujarat government has indulged in such wrongdoing with the top court of this country, then what exactly should happen next? It's like the Supreme Court has rightly pulled up the Gujarat government and exposed the Gujarat government. So what next for the Gujarat government? Can they just ignore this issue and they can just move on?
You see, if it were a party which believes in the in democracy and which believes in the constitution of this country, then we would have expected taking moral responsibility. They would have by this time, at least the chief minister would have given his resignation. But because the party BJP and the ideological guru, the RSS, they don't believe in the present constitution which is given to us, like people like Ambedkar and other great stalwarts of this country, they don't believe in that. So you cannot expect anything. If they have the courage to play fraud with the highest court, do you think that they will take up any moral responsibility of this fraudulent action? No. So they will continue. They will sitting and they will give. We can see that we heard that when these gang rapists were released on remission, and how they were received outside the jail and even the Sanghaparivar's office, and what was the justification given to the remission? They said they are all Brahmins, and putting Brahmins in jail is a sin. So to save the country from that sin, they have released. So they will go to any extent for any such criminal actions. To justify such criminal actions, they will take the shield of, they will use the shield of religion. That is what we are witnessing today. So I don't expect anything sensible from that government.
Well, Supreme Court finding Gujarat government acting in tandem with the rapist, trying to help the rapist to get a rapist of Bilkis Bano and the murderers to come out of prison, use that the remission policy and misuse that remission policy is not a small thing, ma'am. The Supreme Court has clearly indicted the Gujarat government in this case.
Modi hai to mumkin hai. This is the answer to that. And this government, Gujarat government, when government or state government did not know, or they didn't do, they should have actually gone to the court to safeguard the rights of Bilkis. Instead of that, they stood with the convicts. And for that, they have given so many justifications. If once they use all these criminal ways to bring these people out of jail, then naturally they will do more criminal things to justify their criminal actions. So that is what actually this is one little bit. I don't know. I am not a legal expert or nothing. I am not a vakil also. So I really expected that when the court says, Supreme Court says that it was a fraudulent way, they cheated. It is actually cheating the Supreme Court, the highest court of this country. And for that, accountability should have been fixed. And the existing law might not be or may not be, there is no space for, might not be, there is no space for it. So, but I really expect and I really want accountability should be fixed. Otherwise, tomorrow, any state government can go and use such a fraudulent means to support and to protect the hardcore criminals. And what is one more point I would like to mention here is that what is the meaning of this remission? The meaning of this remission was to make all those legislations, all those laws passed by the parliament. By the way, these are not the charity of any government at the center, or it is not the charity of the parliament, but it is the outcome of the long years of struggle and sacrifice by the women of this country. So many women-centric and child-centric legislations are there. With this remission, all those legislations, all those laws passed by the parliament has become meaningless, and they don't even have the value of that one sheet of paper. So that is because any state, any government, whenever at their will, they can release such culprits, rapists or murderers, gang rapists, no problem. if the government and the party which that government belongs, they think that our people are in jail, then they will use such things. So that, what does it mean? It's a big blow to the women of this country, to the people of this country. That it has such an negative impact. So this is not a simple thing. Simply allowing 11 convicts to come out and live freely. No, it is beyond that. There is huge repercussions on this. So somehow the Supreme Court has taken or brought it into the knowledge of the entire country and even international community.
And also, ma'am, when you started this interview, you said that this was a judgment that you're welcoming at this time. So when you say that in this atmosphere, in this time, what exactly do you mean by that?
You
because
see,
something like this would have never
of...
happened if the courts were watching what exactly was happening in states, or what exactly is the central government or the union government up to. If the courts were keeping a close watch on it, probably these things wouldn't have happened. Probably in some way, the courts were also, looking the other way when these things were happening.
You see, what I can say is that all the pillars of Indian democracy, whether it is legislature, whether it is executive, whether it is judiciary, and whether it is the fourth pillar, the press, all the four pillars are encroached upon by the fascist Sangha Parivar, RSS Sangha Parivar outfits, and they have weakened all these pillars, all the four pillars. So getting justice is a very, very difficult thing in this in today's socio-political situation. That is why I said at this point of time it is very, very it give us a lot of relief. And the society is now divided. The RSS-led BJP government has successful in creating that division or hatred among the people based on the religion, and the attacks on the Muslim community particularly, or the Christian community, on the Dalit or the marginalized people. It is a very normal thing, day-to-day affair, normal thing in our country today. And justice is not an expected thing. So in such a situation, and I look at the Chief Justice is visiting. Okay, anyone in this country can have their faith in any religion. No one is against that. But when people who are sitting in such a top constitutional positions, including the president, the prime minister, or the chief justice, they should see to it that their action should not hurt the feelings of the people who believe in other religions. But what is happening today? Today, the entire effort is to make the majority religious practices and rituals to be converted into a national rituals and the religious functions. That is what the meaning of Prime Minister becoming the prime priest in so many functions. We have seen how the new parliament building was, when that national emblem was placing, or when it is inaugurating, everywhere Prime Minister is playing as the primary priest. So that actually, in a democratic and secular country, the people who are in such positions should think about the sentiment and feelings of other people. That makes that person a very larger than size person. But here it is happening in the opposite direction. That is why I said a lot of things. We can I can quote why I said in today's socio-political scenario, it is a big huge relief. So that is it.
Also, you spoke to Bilkis Bano after the verdict. Did she? What did she say? Because we read her statement, it was moving. Because at the end of the day, the fight was for justice, ma'am.
Yeah, this time no. This after this verdict, I could not speak to her. But last time we were together in that press conference, also in the Delhi Press Club, and the her word was really touching. She said she wants justice. She is fighting for justice, not to punish anyone. For her justice, she is fighting, and she was not demanding even death penalty to her criminals, her the perpetrators. And that is what it is. So why we all, why my organization, the National Federation of Indian Women, and all other the entire national women's movement, why we supported? Because of that, it is a fight for gender equality and justice, not only to Bilkis. Bilkis is a symbol for that struggle. So it is our responsibility to express our solidarity and our support to her and her struggles. So that's why my organization has conducted every month, because it happened, this remission happened on 15th August, when the country was celebrating 75th year of its independence. This is the gift which the Gujarat government and the BJP has given to the people of this country. So every month, 15th of every month, we were organizing some demonstration in one of the districts across the country, and expressing solidarity with Bilkis. And it is a fight for us, each one of the women of this country, whether young or old.
And what does this verdict mean to the people of this country, ma'am? Because, like you said, today the people are divided. They are divided among religion. There are people who think differently now. Probably 10 years ago or 15 years ago, people would have, people would have expressed solidarity with Bilkis Bano. But today we see that the opinion is divided. So, what exactly does this verdict mean to Indians, ma'am?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not an easy thing. The struggle or fight for justice is not an easy thing today. And in spite of having all those legislations, and in spite of having more accessible justice system and all, in spite of that, it is not that easy because of the socio-political situation. That is what I'm saying. You see, look at the struggle of wrestlers for justice, and what is happening. The prime minister who travels across from north to south, from east to west, and saying that Modi is guarantee. What guarantee is he giving to those restless women who have given a complaint against BJP MP, the then Wrestling Federation President Bhuyan? The Prime Minister is saying that he is Vishwaguru, and he is working for the empowerment of women of this country. Yes, we for a moment I agree that we also welcome the passage of Women's Reservation Bill, but that is of course putting two chains on women's hand, both the legs. Women should not move forward in spite of passing the bill. Making the bill an act, women should not move towards parliament and assemblies. That's why he put two strong chains on both the legs of the women in the form of census and delimitation. And I'm not talking about that now. What I am trying to point out is the fact that this bill was passed in parliament when Prime Minister was speaking. Who was sitting behind him? It was none other than the sexual harasser Bhuyan Singh. And the Prime Minister is not thinking that it is an impropriety from the part of this government to keep him in parliament. They should have, my organization, the NFW, has given a memorandum to the Speaker of Lok Sabha requesting him to suspend Brij Bhushan because he is accused in a sexual harassment. That too, how many girls have complained against him? So till the case is over, he should be suspended. Instead of suspending the sexual harasser Brij Bhushan, the BJP MP, the speaker suspended almost the entire opposition from parliament. This is what is happening. So will the struggle for justice is easy will be easy for the women of this country? No.
Right, ma'am. Thank you so much for talking to us and sharing your thoughts on the Supreme Court verdict. It's an important verdict, and like I said earlier, like this is seeking justice is not an easy fight. And finally, Bilkis Bano has got justice, and thanks to all the people who stood with her, and also the petitioners in this case, which includes your organization. Thank you so much for talking to us, ma'am.
Thank you very much.